To surprise my wife, I sneak off to her concert. Instead, I bumped into her backstage, where she was passionately entwined with a well-known actor in the lounge. Ethan Cole laughed badly. Who do you like better, me or that useless man at your home? Song Sophia kisses him coquettishly. How is he qualified to compare with you? Through the hidden door of the room, I tore the copy of her coveted record deal contract to shreds in my hands. Point one. It was already 2 in the morning when Song Sophia got home. She came into the bedroom smelling of alcohol, and I was already lying down to rest. Song Sophia pouted. Hubby, after party drank too much. I have a headache. In the past, no matter how late she came home, I would wait for her and cook her a bowl of sobering soup. But this time, I didn't even open my eyes. Sophia thought I was asleep, and gave a disgruntled humph on the side of the bed before taking her pajamas to the bathroom. Her cell phone on the pillow vibrated. A message from Ethan Cole popped up on the screen. Baby. It's only been a few minutes apart and I miss you. Song Sophia got out of the shower and gingerly lay down next to me. Her back was turned to me, and the screen of her cell phone stayed on. From time to time, her uncontrollable low laughter rang in my ears. I stayed up all night. Early the next morning, I was in the pile of changing clothes in the bathroom, a glance at her black lace panties with unspeakable traces. Out of the blue, Sophia Song came up behind me and snatched the panties away in a panic. This is a little dirty, I'll just wash it myself. She didn't know that when flustered, her eyes would blink fast. I didn't tear her down, but gave a faint "oh." Not long after, she had her assistant bring in a large bag of fresh ingredients. Sophia said she was taking the day off and would make me lunch herself. She was busy in the kitchen all morning, and the table was gradually filled with my favorite dishes. This cozy picture contrasted sharply with the gloom in my heart. If I hadn't witnessed her cheating on me with Ethan Cole yesterday, I wouldn't have believed that Song Sophia, who had sworn to love me forever, would be cheating on me half a year after her marriage. Point two. After just 2 bites of the dishes, Song Sophia hesitantly spoke up. Hubby, tomorrow is my birthday. I put down my chopsticks. Then what? I've asked the company artists to come to the house to have a party to celebrate my birthday. I understood what she was saying. I'll recuse myself. Because of her profession, we chose to stay hidden. Except for a few executives in the entertainment company, almost no one knew about her married status. Receiving a satisfactory answer, Sophia Song was visibly relieved. Just about to open her mouth to say something, her cell phone rang. Seeing the incoming call, she glanced at me sheepishly and took her phone to the balcony. Not a moment later she came back with an apologetic face. Hubby, I forgot that I have an important announcement today. I nodded. Go ahead. After Song Sophia left, I threw all the barely touched dishes from that table into the trash. When I first met Song Sophia, she was still a small netizen who played and sang live on the street. I was attracted by her face and voice, and took the initiative to ask for her contact information. Soon we were in a relationship. Sophia Song is hardworking enough, ambitious and strong. After knowing her dream, I recommended her to join a popular talent show. I used my contacts and planned carefully to make her stand out overnight and become a rising star in the limelight. On a certain date, I joked, now that you're popular, there must be a lot of guys pursuing you. But she looked at me with affection. You're the only one I like. Sophia's New Year's wish last year was to marry me. I was so touched that I took her to City Hall on the same day to get a license despite my family's objections. In order to take better care of Sophia, I quit my job and willingly became a stay-at-home husband. Only I didn't expect that my trust and dedication would be rewarded with her hurt and betrayal. Point 3. On Sophia's birthday, I left the house early. After sitting in the library all day, I didn't go home until closing time. Dim light filtered through the apartment windows, guessing that Song Sophia's birthday party was already over. Since I had forgotten my keys, I rang the doorbell. Song Sophia opened the door, and when she saw it was me, her face suddenly changed. She lowered her voice and said unhappily, "Didn't I send a message for you to come back later? My cell phone had run out of battery and automatically shut off in the afternoon." At that moment, a man's voice came from the bathroom. "Sophia. Who is it?" "Ethan Cole." Song Sophia responded in a panic. "Nothing. The neighborhood rag collector." After saying that, she gave me a wink and closed the door with force. Along with it being slammed shut was the last trace of my attachment to Song Sophia. I sat on the stone bench in the neighborhood for a long time, so long that my legs were numb. Before I saw Ethan Cole come out of the apartment building wrapped up tightly, and got into a Mercedes. Heh, what birthday party? It turned out to be a party for the two of them. I was dozing on the stone table when Song Sophia found me. She with a few moments of shame. "Hubby, just now that kind of situation. I can only lie. You sympathize with me." I ignored her, and went straight up the stairs. Song Sophia is still chattering behind me. Fortunately, I just got wise in a hurry. "You also know that I am now in the rising period of my career, in case I am raked out as married. It will be over." I suddenly remembered that not long after we got married, we were almost photographed by paparazzi on our way home in company. At that time, I was shocked. Luckily it wasn't discovered. Otherwise your star would have been ruined. Sophia Song, however, looked unconcerned. "Exposure is exposure. I can't wait for the whole world to know that you are my husband." It turns out that a person's change of heart can be so quick. Point for the room was a mess. Trash was everywhere. Cake cream was smeared everywhere. And even on the dining table there were 2 leftover steaks. Looks like the two of them had a good time today. In the bathroom, body wash mixed with an odor that any adult would understand lingered in the humid air. I subconsciously looked toward the trash can. As expected, there was a used condom lying in the paper bowl. And Sophia Song never noticed my strange behavior. She even asked in a petulant tone, "Hubby, where's my birthday present?" Birthday present. I did prepare a nice birthday gift for her some time ago. It was the record deal contract that she had been dreaming of. The entertainment company was only going to focus on training one artist in the second half of the year, and this contract was the key to a sure win. But this valuable birthday gift had already been torn up by me backstage on the night of her concert. Seeing that I didn't show, Song Sophia looked disappointed. "Forgot. You've been so unattractive to me these past 2 days, ugh." Looking at her sad expression, my mind drifted back to the happiness and fun we used to have. There was a slight wavering in my heart. Which artists came to the house today? If she voluntarily admitted, "Close friends are invited." She did not blush and read out a large list of artists' names. Only Ethan Cole was not there. At this moment, my last bit of fantasy about her was shattered. I took out a document from the nightstand and handed it to her. Song Sophia's eyes lit up. "Wow, you said you didn't prepare a gift, so you want to give me a surprise." I laughed lightly. If she thinks this is a birthday gift, it's not a bad idea. Sure enough, when Sophia Song read the words on the document, her smile froze on her face. "Liam Carter, what do you mean by this?" 5. The divorce agreement, which was drawn up yesterday afternoon. I am a person who can accompany my lover to suffer, can pay for my lover, but I can't tolerate my lover's unfaithfulness. The day before yesterday, I went to the concert and backstage. Guess what I saw at the door of your lounge? At those words, Song Sophia's face went white, and her hand holding the divorce papers trembled slightly. I suddenly felt that she shouldn't be a singer. An actress might be more suitable for her. "Liam Carter, listen to me explain," she said anxiously. "Ethan Cole is just my guest. That is act for the show. ACT for the show. I laughed, kicking that trash can in the bathroom in front of her. This is ACT for the show too. If I didn't mind getting dirty, I would have even wanted to throw that condom into her face. Song Sophia saw what was in the trash can, and what little blood was left on her face faded to nothing. Sign if the contents are okay, then make an appointment to go to City Hall and get the paperwork done. I couldn't stay in this filthy place for a moment. Walking to the door, I paused in my tracks. I turned around and met Sophia Song's eyes that were full of promise with a hint of begging. I tugged at the corner of my mouth. I forgot to say, "Happy birthday." I got a room at the hotel, and after charging my phone, I saw that Song Sophia had sent me a string of messages. Most of the content was sophomoric and confessional. She said that she and Ethan Cole were just hype, and that she was just trying to get a spot as the company's fall powerhouse artist through Ethan Cole. She said that I was the only one she loved and that she never wanted to divorce me and would never agree to do so. She called me and I hung up and blacked out all her contacts. Over the weekend, I was invited to an awards show and happened to run into Ethan Cole in the banquet hall, but he called out to me as I walked past him. "It was so dark that night. I didn't get a good look at you. Sophia said you were average looking, but I think you're tall and handsome. So you're pretty good." Turns out he saw me the night of Song Sophia's birthday. He has always known my existence. Ethan Cole gazed contemptuous. "Even if the look is okay, but it is just an ordinary person. Cannot compare to me. A cold hair. I advise you to be a little self-aware. Do not rely on Sophia. Ruined her future." At this time, Song Sophia also came. Seeing me, the expression on her face changed. 6 Ethan Cole intimately attached himself to Song Sophia's ear and reminded, "Ah, chow. He ran here. It can't be that he's here to take revenge on you and wants to expose your relationship, right?" Song Sophia's face became ugly as soon as she heard that. She lowered her voice and urged, "Liam Carter, you go back first. We'll talk about what's going on at home." Seeing that I did not move, Song Sophia was anxious. "Liam Carter, I will promise you whatever you want. You must not make a scene. Today's occasion, you will ruin me." A few days ago, she swore to me in WeChat, swearing by me. Now it regards me as a virus, and can't wait to kick away Song Sophia's face. "It's really disgusting." I pushed the boat smoothly. "Okay, you agree to divorce. I will not make trouble." When Song Sophia hesitated, she saw a group of media reporters clustering entertainment company executives coming this way, and she panicked. Busy urging, "Okay, I agree, you hurry." I laughed and took a step, but it was towards the crowd. Song Sophia's face turned green with fear and rushed over to try to forcefully pull me away. Our argument attracted everyone's attention, and Song Sophia made the first move, rushing at those people. "This is one of my fans, mixing into the banquet and wanting to make trouble. I was about to call security to get rid of him," she said, and she really beckoned to call for security. Suddenly, an actress dressed in fancy clothes and stepping on diamond high heels walked up to me. Eyes contemptuously looked at Song Sophia. "Song Sophia, you're delusional, aren't you? Don't you know who he is?" Everyone present focused their eyes on me. The one who spoke on my behalf was my neighbor's childhood friend, Isabella Moore, who had grown up with me, and was the kind of person who could turn a stone into gold in the entertainment industry. She debuted at the age of 16 and was one of the top stars in the entertainment industry. But at the height of her popularity, she retired and became a hot and famous music producer. As long as the newcomers that she had helped with her advice, there was no one who was unsuccessful. Just as everyone was wondering about my identity, Ethan Cole came up and respectfully asked Isabella Moore, "Ms. Lou, do you know this man?" I used my eyes to signal Isabella Moore to keep her mouth shut. Isabella Moore glanced at me and said in a faint voice, "He is the one I invited to the ceremony." Sophia Song looked at me with an odd expression, but was surrounded by reporters. She awkwardly explained, "I'm sorry. I misunderstood." Isabella Moore took advantage of the chaos and pulled me to the backstage lounge. Only after closing the door, she questioned me with red eyes. "Liam Carter, I've only been abroad for a year to further my studies, but you've taken the license with another girl without a word." It seems that my dad had already told her about my secret license. I was embarrassed. Although Isabella Moore was 2 years younger than me, she had always been what parents would call someone else's kid. She had grown up to be very bright, very good at school and work, and was often compared to her by her father, so I felt a lot of pressure to be with her. I was trying to curry favor and sell my smile, knowing that I was at a disadvantage. After seeing Song Sophia's person, I regretted my impulsiveness all the time. "Just don't lecture me. I've already decided to get a divorce." Upon hearing this, Isabella Moore's face then slightly improved, but her voice was still cold as ice. "Do you need help?" "No. I can handle it myself." In order not to continue to be lectured, I quickly reminded Isabella Moore, "Hurry up and get out. Aren't you the guest of honor? Don't miss the time because of me." Isabella Moore still hasn't lost her temper. "They'll settle the score with you when the awards are over." I couldn't help but shiver. At the awards ceremony, Sophia Song won the Best New Artist award, and as soon as the ceremony was over, she was dragged off by Ethan Cole to celebrate. I took advantage of Isabella Moore's absence and slipped away. Thinking that Sophia would be celebrating her award somewhere, I went home to pack up some clothes to take with me. I didn't realize that when I walked in the door, Sophia came back. Seeing me, she was full of surprise. "Hubby, you're willing to come home. You've forgiven me, right?" As she said that, she rushed over to hug me, but I avoided it in disgust. "Song Sophia, you didn't forget what you said in the banquet hall today, did you?" I reminded. "I didn't reveal our relationship in front of the media and you promised to divorce me." Song Sophia looked incredulous. "Hubby, as you can see, I won the Best New Artist award and have a bright future ahead of me. I won't treat you badly in the future. Why do you still want to gamble and have a change of heart with me?" "Gambling? A fight?" I pulled up the corner of my mouth and let out a sneer. "Song Sophia, you're drunk, aren't you?" Song Sophia pulled my hand. "Ethan Cole and I are really just using each other. We each get what we need. That's how this circle is. It's not like you don't know." Her righteous look really turned my stomach. The water in the entertainment industry is not clear. This I know. When I first brought her into this circle, I had warned her. But what did she tell me at the time? She said she didn't care about flattery and flatteries. She wants to rely on her own strength and hard work to make a name for herself in the entertainment industry. It was this indomitable, confident, and beautiful woman that made my heart fall quickly. I shook off her hand fiercely. "Song Sophia, you were right about one thing that night. You said I was a neighborhood rag collector. I did collect your rags. Nine didn't think that overnight. As a vegetarian, I was on the hot search." The title was Lou de Beautai's Mysterious Boyfriend. The two of them are inseparable and have an ambiguous relationship. The accompanying picture was the moment Isabella Moore and I stepped into the VIP area together. With that angle and expression, it looks like Isabella Moore and I are unusually close. Thinking about her, Isabella Moore in the entertainment circle for so many years, Root Positive Red has never had a scandal. For a moment I felt a bit guilty and called her in a panic. "Isabella, do you have a way to get that boring hot search down? I'm really sorry for the trouble I've caused you." Isabella Moore just yawned and said nonchalantly, "Who told you to sneak off last night?" It dawned on me. You planned this story. Come to think of it, who is Isabella Moore? It's easy for her to stop a gossip. Aren't you getting a divorce? What are you afraid of? What does this have to do with my divorce? I don't want to get into the muddy waters of showbiz. You know, getting involved with Isabella Moore would cause more of an uproar than being exposed as Sophia Song's husband. After all, Isabella Moore's fame is more than 10 Sophia Songs can match. Fortunately, Isabella Moore is still a little bit conscientious. Did not let me positively expose. Just look at the fans' biased remarks under the hot search. I was scared in a cold sweat. That night, Song Sophia contacted me with an unfamiliar number. She asked me to meet. I initially did not agree, but she said she wanted to talk to me about divorce-related matters. I naturally agreed. We are early in the morning about in a hidden cafe. Song Sophia fully armed, mask, sunglasses, baseball cap, a lot. Even I almost did not recognize her. I got right to the point and said, "What day do you want to go to City Hall to do the formalities?" Song Sophia, however, fiddled with her coffee with a spoon. I didn't agree to a divorce. 10 I got angry. Song Sophia, are you playing with me? She snorted. Liam Carter. Shouldn't you have explained your relationship with Isabella Moore to me first? I froze, listening to her questioning tone. It was like I had done something wrong to her. I thought it was funny. Sophia Song, you cheated on your wife and now you want to press the same buttons on me. Want to press the same charge on me. Hubby, I don't mean this. Hesitating for a moment, Song Sophia softly said, I just didn't expect that you would know Isabella Moore. I raised my eyebrows. So what? Can you introduce me and Isabella Moore to each other? Song Sophia was full of anticipation. If she can be the producer of my new album, I'll agree to anything you want. So it's here waiting for me. Who in the entertainment circle doesn't know that even an 18th line pace curator can be instantly promoted to the first line with Isabella Moore's hand? This abacus beat of hers is crashing into my face. Song Sophia, do you think I'll still believe you? Yesterday, you said you'd agree to a divorce as long as I didn't break up our relationship. And now you're threatening me with Isabella Moore. Do you take me for a fool? Song Sophia was also anxious. Honey, why don't you understand? I like you and don't want to divorce you. I just want to succeed too much. I'm also doing this to make your life better. For me, that's quite a big statement on her part. Yeah, you're doing it for my own good. So you're saying in public that I'm a fan who's here to cause trouble. Knowing that we won't be able to talk tonight, I get up to leave, but Song Sophia pulls me back. Hubby, I couldn't help myself there. Can't you just sympathize with me? Song Sophia, you want to fire. Rely on yourself. Don't let me look down on you. I fiercely shook off her hand that had done her nails. If you don't agree to divorce, I'll sue. Dropping my harsh words, I left the cafe without looking back. 11 early the next morning, I was still in a daze when I got a call from a friend. Liam Carter, get your ass to the hot seat. I was instantly woken up and opened my phone with slightly swollen eyes. Little did I know that I was being stalked by paparazzi last night when I met up with Sophia Song at the cafe. I wasn't so lucky this time. The side face, the front face. All were taken clearly. Even more startling than the photos were the gossip slogans. Showbiz love triangle. Isabella Moore's love rival turns out to be singing's newest diva. Sophia Song. My head went spinning. Underneath the gossip were all attacking remarks against me. This guy is the one who was with Isabella Moore at the awards ceremony. 2 days ago he was having an affair with Isabella Moore and last night he was secretly dating Sophia Song. That's so hateful. I've only just fallen for Sophia Song and she's about to cave in. Song Sophia can steal a man from mess. Lou. Song Sophia has got it made. This man is a soft rice man. He's a disgrace to our men. Let's flesh him out. A man who has 2 lovers is no good. Weibo's major platforms were full of phrases about the 3 of us. And Song Sophia also jumped into the top 5 hot search actresses overnight. But this hot search was taken down that afternoon. The only person who could have pushed the hot surge down so quickly could have been Isabella Moore. Isabella Moore has taken a step back this year, but her popularity has remained high, hovering in the top 3 of the high-gloss artists all year round. Dabbling in popularity is commonplace in the entertainment industry. But very few people know about my relationship with Isabella Moore. To be able to link my meeting with Song Sophia to Isabella Moore, I'm afraid it was premeditated. I quickly thought that Song Sophia was her. She used me to bring Isabella Moore down. Taking advantage of Isabella Moore's fame allowed herself to take advantage of the fire. 12 The more I thought about it, the more annoyed I became. Inquiring that Song Sophia was in the studio shooting a music video today, I drove straight over. Outside the studio's lounge, I overheard Song Sophia and Ethan Cole arguing. Didn't you promise I'd decode Liam Carter? Why did you expose him? Song Sophia's voice was tinged with anger. Ethan Cole's tone wasn't good either. Don't you get a cheap shot? Without my idea, can you explode in popularity just because of a piece of gossip? Without me, can you get so many endorsements and announcements a day? Your husband obviously knows Isabella Moore, but refused to help you. And now that I've helped you, you're still throwing your face at me. I probably heard the cause and effect. It turned out that last night's rendezvous was intentionally arranged by them. If I did not agree to help Song Sophia lead the line, they have also already found a good way back, dug a trap for me. How am I within their calculations? I thought that Song Sophia still had at least a tiny bit of guilt towards me, which is why she blamed Ethan Cole for not exposing me. But I didn't expect that in the next second, Song Sophia would jump into Ethan Cole's arms and explain in a low voice. Honey, how could I throw my face at you? I didn't want Liam Carter to be exposed because I was worried that someone would follow the trail and find out about my relationship with him. Ethan Cole sneered. Don't think I don't know that your husband has filed for divorce with you and you're the one who won't say yes. Let me ask you, do you like me or your husband? Song Sophia pretended to be angry. What, my husband? You are my husband. How much I love you. It's not like you don't know. I'm just afraid that he'll Leonize me or get back at me in case I make some kind of divorce scandal. I couldn't listen any longer and kicked open the door to the lounge. Song Sophia was kissing Ethan Cole. And when she saw that it was me, she was so scared that she immediately pushed her away. Ethan Cole didn't stand still, and fell to the ground in a mess. 13 I went up to her and angrily rebuked her. Song Sophia, I'm so blind to have fallen for you. Before, even if I found out that Song Sophia cheated on me and was disillusioned with her, I didn't think about ruining her future. I just wanted everyone to get together and go their separate ways in the future. But I did not expect her to be shameless to this extent. Seeing me leave the lounge angrily, Sophia Song glanced back at Ethan Cole, who was still sitting on the floor cursing, and hesitated before chasing after me. She pulled me down with a tense expression. Hubby, what do you want to do? You mind me? I shrugged her off, only to be stopped in my tracks. Don't be impulsive. Song Sophia was anxious. If you ruin me, you won't be able to get any good fruit yourself. I'm no longer that little netizen who plays and sings on the side of the road without being asked. Song Sophia's expression was harsh. With my ability, I'll soon become an A-list singer. I just signed a tens of millions of dollars in endorsements today. Aren't you happy for me? I will compensate you in the future. Compensation. I don't care. I glared at her. Your ability to hook up with men. When I recommended you for the talent show, you played poorly in the first round. If not for me finding connections, could you have advanced? And today, you used Isabella Moore's fame to create a scandal in exchange for an endorsement deal. What kind of ability is that? Song Sophia's face went white as I counted her down, gritting her teeth, unable to say a word. There's no happiness or future to speak of until you get entangled with a hypocritical woman like you. I ran out of the studio, only to be surrounded by a group of reporters and fans guarding the outside. Obviously there was no one at the door when I came over a while ago. But now they suddenly poured out. Probably because someone was afraid that the world was not in chaos and deliberately called them here. 14 A microphone was close to disliking my mouth. This gentleman. What is your relationship with Sophia Song? You had coffee together late at night and look very familiar with each other. Can you tell us your story? You were also the one who was with Isabella Moore that day, right? Isabella Moore has been in the entertainment industry for so many years and has never had a scandal. We are very curious about your relationship with Isabella Moore. Those crazy fans also had an expression that they wanted to eat me alive. I pursed my lips and didn't reply, but I caught a glimpse of Sophia Song, who was hiding behind the door. She was cowering there, with no intention at all of stepping in to relieve me. A reporter spotted her and immediately rushed over to block her. Miss Song, who is this gentleman to you? Have you been together from last night until now? Is he your out-of-circle boyfriend? Song Sophia's eyes were a little flustered and her face turned ugly. Squeaking for half a day before speaking. I don't know him well. He's just a fan of mine. Last night he recognized me in the cafe and asked me for an autograph. I don't know where he found out that I was filming a music video here. He ran here on his own. I didn't know about it. In a few simple sentences, she brushed herself off. I, on the other hand, became a target. The group of fans even made a move on me, pushing and dragging. You're stalking our Sophia, pervert guy. How dare you harass a popular actress when you look like a man? Entangling with my two goddesses. I'm going to show you some color today. Someone poured the drink in his hand onto me in a smooth manner, woefully. And Song Sophia spent the whole time on the sidelines coldly eyeing the side, not concerned about anything. In the midst of all the noise, I heard someone call out Isabella Moore. Before I could see who it was, I was being held by a warm, soft hand. 15 The boys and girls in the room were all abuzz. Isabella Moore. It's Isabella Moore. She's so pretty. It's Benji. Oh my god. He's even more beautiful than what we saw in the video. Yeah. Don't block my view of the goddess. All of you get out of the way. Amidst the crowd, Isabella Moore held my hand tightly, with no intention of letting go. He's the one I like. Do you guys think he's going to look at other girls when he has me to woo? Isabella Moore's two simple sentences instantly caused the scene to explode. And the few reporters who were still surrounding Song Sophia at the beginning all flocked this way. Miss Liu, how long have you been dating this gentleman? Not dating. Currently it's my unilateral crush on him. Miss Liu, over the years you've never had any male celebrities around you. Is it because of this gentleman? Well, I'm very exclusive. Her answer caused a scream from the fans, and my eardrums almost shattered. They were still blah blah blahing a bunch of questions, but Isabella Moore was already pulling me into her nanny car. I finally let go of her hand, only to realize that my own palms were sweaty. Embarrassed, I said, "Hey, aren't you afraid to take off your powder when you lie like that?" Isabella Moore skimmed her head. Doesn't matter. Rather, it's you who has always had such a bad eye. I was powerless to retort. I was taken to Isabella Moore's apartment and she pushed me into the bathroom. Wash up. I looked at myself in the mirror, and indeed I was wretched and disheveled. After today's mess, I don't know what kind of storm will be stirred up in the entertainment industry tomorrow. But for me, the matter of divorcing Song Sophia can't be delayed. After taking a shower, I was naked, rubbing my hair with a towel while walking out of the water vapor-heavy bathroom. Unexpectedly my feet slipped, and when I saw that I was about to have a close contact with the floor, I instinctively reacted by pulling the person next to me. But Isabella Moore is after all a girl. Where can I stand this 5'8" guy yanked hard? The result was that Isabella Moore was tackled by me, and the two of us fell to the floor together in a sorry state. 16 I was in a state of embarrassment and immediately checked to see if she had fallen anywhere, only to see her blushing and asking through clenched teeth, Liam Carter, where are you touching? It was only then that I realized my hand was resting on her full breast. By the time I had pondered my reaction for a few seconds, my cheeks were on fire, and I sprang up as if I had been fitted with springs. The air around this moment was filled with unspeakable embarrassment and weirdness. Isabella Moore sat up, her face as red as a Fuji apple. She has been a cool beauty since she was a child, and since kindergarten, there were a lot of boys following her around. And I, as her only best friend, was naturally proud as hell. I had a crush on her when I was in the throes of love. After all, she was so beautiful and nice. But it is because she is too perfect, too good. I try hard to cut off their own bad thoughts. Fear that because of their own like to let her disgust me, alienate me, and finally even friends do not have to do. Because of the beautiful. From childhood to the pursuit of her boys countless, but there is no one she looked at the eye. I often wondered what kind of good boy would be able to get into Isabella Moore's eyes. I remembered that in my sophomore year of high school, I broke a bone in an accident on the basketball court, and Isabella Moore skipped class and went to the hospital to take care of me. Seeing my foot wrapped in a cast and my face pale with pain, she cried her eyes out. After that, whenever I went to the court, or to gym class, she would never tire of reminding me to pay attention to safety. Even if I occasionally laughed at her mother-in-law like a little daughter-in-law. Something grows quickly in my heart. I walk toward Isabella Moore, slowly, but with a firm pace. She hung her head, took 2 steps back, and dropped onto the couch. I moved closer to her and bent down, looking down on her from above. Her long hair was like seaweed, and her small, delicate face was exceptionally beautiful even without makeup. I couldn't help but get close to her. She had her eyes downcast, her thick and long eyelashes covering the emotions in her eyes. At this moment our distance is so close that I can feel her sweet and sharp breath brush against my lips, bringing a burst of subtle shivers. I have to admit, no man could fail to fall for Isabella Moore. My eyes fall on her slightly bitten bottom lip, the pink of it bright and tender. I couldn't control my heartbeat, and it became a little difficult to breathe. 17 Liam Carter. I didn't lie today. Isabella Moore suddenly opened her mouth, and there seemed to be a kind of panic in her eyes as she went out of her way. My mind was still blank and all I could hear was my heart beating faster and faster. Just as I was staring at her lips and couldn't help but want to get closer, her cell phone rang. Isabella Moore pushed me away violently, her eyes flickering, and ran off to the side to answer the call. I found my senses and patted my chest, but my heart was still pounding. Soon she hung up and said to me in her usual tone, "Uncle's coming over to pick you up." Oh, our families had always been close, and about the time I was in the shower she told my dad what had happened today. Soon my dad came over and he thanked Isabella Moore before leading me away. "Tomorrow you go and divorce Sophia Song," my dad ordered with a dark face. I sighed. "I want to. Isn't this Song?" Sophia sighed, refusing to relent. "I told you not to be so hot-headed. But you went ahead and got a license with her without our elders' knowledge." My dad is getting more and more angry. "Do you know you're wrong now?" "No." My father's face only eased some. He added, "Tomorrow I go to find Song Sophia. Forgive her and will not dare to continue to pester you." I thought about it. "Dad, you don't need to step in. I can do it myself." My dad looked at me suspiciously. "Really? Don't worry. I can handle it myself." That night, I pulled Song Sophia back from the blacklist. I messaged her and asked her to go with me tomorrow to do the divorce paperwork. She was up to her old tricks again, pampering and ingratiating herself with flowery words. This time I didn't give her the benefit of the doubt and just sent the video I'd been keeping in my hand of him cheating on her with Ethan Cole. If you don't agree to a divorce, then this video will be on every platform tomorrow. I'm not afraid of losing face. You're hiding your marriage and cheating on your wife. I'd like to see how tolerant this class of netizens is. 18 The next day. I waited for Sophia Song at City Hall, still wrapped up in her big starlet look. Before signing the papers, she didn't forget to give me a PUA. Divorce. The loss is yours. I now this status. Want what? No. I can't help it if you don't know how to cherish it. Don't say I'm cruel. Don't lick your face and come back to me to get back together in the future. I was amused by his words. Song Sophia. You really think you can have unlimited prosperity? How fast the entertainment industry is renewed. It seems like you still don't understand. Song Sophia was all smug. I don't need you to worry about my future. In a short while, I'll definitely be more popular than Isabella Moore. I don't want to talk to her. She can be as smug as she likes. I just want to get rid of her. We didn't have any financial disputes and the divorce went smoothly. Coming out of City Hall, Sophia Song mocked. Liam Carter. I think you're still too naive. Who is Isabella Moore? Would she want you? A divorced man? Don't you dream. At most, she'll treat you like a little white sugar daddy for a few days and then she'll kick your ass. As we were talking, Ethan Cole came to pick her up in his sports car. Wearing exaggerated sunglasses and dressing himself up in a fashionable way. He provoked me. You lose. Sophia is mine. I pulled the corner of my mouth. Thank you for helping me recycle my trash. At that time, both Sophia and Ethan Cole's faces were very embarrassed. Ethan Cole thought I would be very sad if I left Sophia, but I was very relaxed and cozy. Ethan Cole said, "You're just trying to be brave. I heard that you haven't even had a job in the past 6 months. And you've got no job. And you've got no job. And you've got no job. You're nothing without Sophia. You just let them bully you." A low, lingering voice interrupted Ethan Cole's smug laughter. Surprisingly, it was my dad and Isabella Moore. This time there was a good show to watch. 19 Seeing my dad. Ethan Cole immediately removed his sunglasses and piled on a smile. Dong-gu. What a coincidence to run into you here. My name is Ethan Cole. I'm an artist under our company. Sophia Song also immediately introduced herself. Hello Gu Dong. I'm Sophia Song. They both reached out their hands to shake my dad's hand, but my dad turned a blind eye and walked directly to my side. You've known me to sing the opposite since you were a kid. You can stand being counted out by them like this. My dad reprimanded. I sighed. Dad, the dog bit me. Do I have to bite back? Song Sophia and Ethan Cole were completely confused. Dad. My dad sneered and looked at the two of them with contempt. What? You guys don't know that Liam Carter is my only real son? Song Sophia reacted and quickly nodded her head and hailed like a lapdog. Dad. Isn't this a coincidence? It turns out to be a family. Don't you call it nonsense. My son no longer has any relationship with you. Song Sophia looked at me and then at my dad. Completely flustered, Isabella Moore couldn't help but laugh out loud. I heard that you guys are looking for Nocturne to write lyrics for the new album. Ethan Cole opened his mouth with difficulty, his voice trembling a little. Yes, MS. Lou, you know, Night Song is so mysterious. It's quite difficult to contact her. That's for sure. When Isabella Moore burst into flames with a song, in addition to her face value and voice. That song with lyrics written by Night Song also swept the major awards of that year. Nocturne is a well-known lyricist and his words are hard to find for thousands of dollars. Last year, when Sophia Song entered the entertainment industry and became famous, she also relied on Night Song's lyrics. Only Night Song has never shown her face in front of the public, and rumor has it that she is a mysterious and low-key high-cool beauty. I pursed my lips and couldn't help but laugh. Ethan Cole looked at my dad and then at Song Sophia, immediately pulling the line with Song Sophia. Gu Dong. Mr. Lou. In fact, Song Sophia and I are not very familiar. Song Sophia stared at Ethan Cole with wide eyes and incredulity. Ethan Cole smiled curtly and said, Mr. Lou. Look, can you do me a favor and let Nocturne write a song for me? 20 Isabella Moore pulled me to her side as soon as she could. It doesn't need to be so troublesome. Ethan Cole revealed an expectant expression. Isabella Moore raised an eyebrow. Night song is right here. Whether or not he's willing to write a song for you, you can ask it yourself. Looking at me with a look of disgust plus obscurity. Ethan Cole was completely dumbfounded. What? How is that possible? Ethan Cole's face was full of disbelief. Isn't Nocturne a girl? How could it be him? Who told you that Night Song is a girl? Song. Sophia seemed to have thought of something as she rushed over and excitedly took my hand. Hubby, you're actually Night Song. No wonder you could get Night Song for me at that time. Why didn't I think of that? She was almost on the verge of crying. Hubby, you've been silently helping me all along. I didn't even notice. I'm so damned. Before I could shake her off. Isabella Moore had already yanked me back to her with one hand. Isabella Moore's face was full of dislike undisguised. You're both divorced. Don't call your husband names. It was the first time I saw Isabella Moore get so angry. There was also a vague hint of jealousy in the anger. I moved back home temporarily for the next 2 days, and was lectured by my dad for many days in a row. The house where I live with Sophia Song is my real estate, but that one house I do not intend to want anymore. Directly listed on the internet. Quickly found a seller. Song. Sophia was forced to move out. And during these days, she came to me every day, pleading for my forgiveness. I directly regarded her as heir, and if she pestered her tightly, I let the security guards drive her away. For offending my dad, the big boss of the entertainment company, and Isabella Moore, Sophia Song was quickly blacklisted, and it wasn't long before a video of her arguing with Ethan Cole on the street came out. Not only did she not care about her image and cursed at Ethan Cole, she also slapped him. Almost overnight, Sophia Song became a celebrity to be avoided by all. 21 After a 1-month cooling-off period, I successfully obtained a divorce license. On that day, Isabella Moore accompanied me, and it seemed that Sophia Song wanted to say something to me, but after being glared at by Isabella Moore, she didn't dare to say anything more. Because of what Isabella Moore said to the reporters last time, her hotness has never decreased, and most of her fans support her to bravely pursue the one she loves. On the way back, I couldn't help but ask Isabella Moore, back then, why did you suddenly agree to my dad signing into the entertainment industry? In my impression, Isabella Moore has always been a very low-key person. She is the same as me. The entertainment industry of the drunken gold at all do not aspire to, Isabella Moore said. Because someone said, want to let their own words to be heard by all people, be liked by all people. I froze for a long time before responding. I've been a lyricist since I was a kid, and I used to write lyrics for some singers under a pseudonym through my dad's connections. When I graduated from high school, I wrote a song that I was particularly happy with. But I had been struggling to find a suitable singer. My dad suddenly took my lyrics, and Isabella Moore became an overnight success with that song. Sigh, a glimpse under the moon, in exchange for this life of love and hate, love deep into the bone, into the marrow, and how can I forget? Embrace the enthusiasm to melt the ice and snow, love long coexist between the years, the rest of life roaming, this intention is unceasingly. Isabella Moore glanced at me, her eyes slightly. I thought that if I didn't say anything, you would understand my feelings one day. I know you don't like to enter the entertainment industry, so I also chose to withdraw to be a music producer behind the scenes. I thought that if I didn't say anything, you would understand my feelings one day. As a result, you know nothing about my heart. Saying that, Isabella Moore's face reddened. Together with the redness, my ears. We have known each other for many years since we were childhood friends, and in my heart, Isabella Moore has always been a queenly and unattainable existence. I never thought that she would fall head over heels for me. 22 Just at the moment when my heart was drumming, Isabella Moore suddenly lifted the corners of her mouth and smiled. Luckily, as of today you're single again. Her smile was bright. I can now like you fair and square. 23 Half a year had passed, and Ethan Cole's value was in tatters due to the scandal, reducing the former top-tier actor to an unattended position. As for Sophia Song, it was as if her name had been completely swallowed up by the waves of the entertainment industry, becoming a passing cloud. The showbiz world is a glittering arena that never skimps on eliminating those who pin their hopes on the sidelines. Only self-improvement and hard-working souls can stand firm here. As the year draws to a close, Isabella Moore and I roam the busy streets. At the corner of a busy street, I saw an acquaintance I hadn't seen for a long time, Sophia Song. It was Sophia Song, dressed thinly in winter, dancing unashamedly on the street. Her bare back was emblazoned with a cash code, and every now and then she yelled at passers-by to give her a reward. But very few people stopped for her. Isabella Moore read my mind and asked, "Wanna go say hi?" I shook my head. I don't miss her. It was her choice to get to this point. Isabella Moore smiles and stands on her tiptoes to drop a kiss on my cheek. I laughed and hugged her tightly, whispering a reminder. Hey, this is on the street. Aren't you afraid you'll be on the hot seat again tomorrow? Isabella Moore looks unconcerned. It's not like it's a secret that you're my boyfriend anyway. Didn't you see my Weibo comments section? They're all asking when we're getting married. I drop a kiss on her forehead and ask softly, "Then when are you going to promise to be my missus?" Goo. Isabella Moore avoids my scorching gaze and pretends to be a no. That depends on your performance. At that, I pulled her hand over and clasped my fingers together. Come on, home. She was puzzled. Didn't we say we still have to go over to West Street to shop? I leaned over and whispered in her ear, "Can't wait to get home and behave." The crowd around us was crowded, and the setting sun's afterglow spilled over us, warming us up. My heart surged with an unprecedented stability and happiness. At this moment I knew that the happy story belonging to Isabella Moore and I had already drawn to a close. End.